What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. Oh my God, I've got the wrong frame here. I got the Jeremy and Denise frame.
I didn't even notice.
Let's change this. There we go.
Hello there, Jeremy.
Much better. Look, ooh, do you want to go light?
No, do the dark, please.
Yeah,
dark.
There we go. We're partying tonight. Denise, it is August 30th, 2021. We've got Denise here, GCW ring announcer, Denise Salcedo. How you
Lovely
doing?
stuff. Happy birthday, Sean.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I have items to my left that you have sent me. Now, one of them came unpackaged, which was the candy. It just came. But there was one also that I opened, Denise.
Why did you open it, Sean?
Look, it was a giant box, and I didn't know it was from you.
Well, I told you that I sent you 4 packages, and you already had 2. One came unpackaged, and there was one more.
Not to be an egomaniac, Denise, but I got a lot of birthday packages to me, including our dude Throwback, who sent me this custom Reds jersey. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that looks great. Great
It is.
colors,
It's great. I love it. But Denise, you sent me a pinata. And look. I can do a mean cravat. Look at that. Pinch the elbows around the carotid artery. Do you know how to do a cravat, Denise?
No, I don't.
I'm going to teach you how to do a cravat. Look at that. Got that bad boy locked in tight. I can do all kinds of things from here. I can go snap mare. I can drop to my ass, do a stunner. I can just roll it over, pin it, all kinds of things. This thing is not going to escape my cravat, Denise, ever.
Sean, I have a question.
What?
So when you opened up the pinata, did you automatically know that it was from me?
Of course.
Why would you automatically know that?
Okay, so let's have a little conversation here.
Yeah, I was going to say, why would you assume that I would give you the pinata?
You're trying to set me up, Denise.
You said that you were getting so many gifts from all these people, and we all know you're so popular.
Denise,
so
I know what you're doing.
Give you the pinata.
Don't play dumb. I know what you're trying to do, Denise. You're trying to make this a racial thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of your ethnicity.
No,
but listen to me.
Tell the
story.
Up. Tell what happened. Tell what happened. What you admit.
Mute. Denise is muted. I'm gonna
tell the story of what happened on Wrestle Talk as well.
That's what I'm trying to do. So Denise sent me a bag of Mexican candies. I did not know who sent these. There was nobody who was listed as sending them to me. So Denise is like, why wouldn't you think it was me? Like implying that I don't know any other Mexican people.
Okay, continue on.
And I didn't assume it was you because I am not a racist, Denise.
No, I was upset that you were scared to ask me if I was the one who sent you the gifts. That's why I was upset. I was upset because you were scared to ask me, hey, Denise, were you the one who sent me all the Mexican candy? And then that was like, bro, process of elimination.
Come on now.
Okay, where are the Mexican candy? Show the Mexican candy.
It's downstairs. Downstairs. I got a lot of stuff. Throwback sent me some candy too. Look, Hannah M says Reds jersey and they lost. By the way, guys, donate a super chat to get your question or statement read on the air. Please leave a thumbs up on this video. Our friend Wrestling Rambles says, happy birthday, SRS. She does some great watch alongs. Please subscribe to her channel. But Nikolai says, happy birthday, SRS. Good triple threat. And that's all I've got positive. It was Raw. Is it Wednesday yet? I rather enjoyed Raw tonight, but Denise, I got to open up your gifts.
Wait, pause.
Oh, that's okay. I'm getting put on the spot here.
What did I do? I was going to say, bring the candy. You got the candy? Yes. Okay. You need to try one on the air. Sean, you got it.
No, I tried. Like some of these are
Sean,
woof.
Sean, try the masapan. Please.
Favorite.
It's my favorite Mexican candy ever. Okay, it's the round one that has the little rose. The little that one. Yes. Okay. So the key. Wait. Don't open it yet. You got to be really gentle. So if you can open it without cracking it, it's a skill. Like you will be like.
It's cracked. It's already cracked.
Okay. Well, try it.
Okay. Let's see.
You don't have an alert. Hold on. You're not allergic to peanuts, are you?
No.
Okay. Then go right ahead. Take a bigger piece.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty
Take
good.
a bigger bite, Sean.
No, I don't eat a lot of sweets, Denise.
Sean, it's your birthday. You took the smallest bite ever.
I did.
Every single person that loves mazapanes, I could put the whole mazapan in there and just be like.
So, full disclosure, I had my wife try to gather everything else without me knowing it and put it in one box. That way it was easier to open on the air. So,
oh, wait. Hold on. Are you going to open my gifts now?
Yes.
Okay, please open the biggest one first.
Well, I had her condense them into one box.
Are they still are they packaged though? Or are they not packaged?
I assume so. So let's
go
tear
for
into
the biggest one.
Okay, I feel two things. One's in a box and the other one's an item.
Okay, go for the box one.
Okay.
Not for the item yet.
I'll put the item over here out of my line of sight. Denise. Denise.
I'm dying. It's long-term storytelling. I got you the toaster for Christmas, so I had to get you the waffle maker. That's long-term storytelling, ladies and gentlemen.
I wish I had some batter here on the air because I did make toast on the air last time. I will cook a waffle on the air one night. And now I've got an item and it's over here.
You need to show the good people though, like how to you need to give Denise. Show them the box, tell them what it looks like. Oh yeah. Read it, Sean, read it.
Do I need to?
World's greatest dirt sheet boy, Sean Ross Sapp.
My God.
Sean,
you know what? That's going to go on my set permanently now. Most people can't see it.
Okay, hold on. There's people always bragging about Emmys and all of this stuff, but you are the only person that has an Academy Award from Hollywood Salcedo Association for World's Greatest Dirt Sheet Boy.
Look at that.
See?
She spared no expense, guys.
You're welcome. That was an amazing gift. And when I thought of it, I was very happy about it.
All the overtime Denise did went to my gifts.
So, okay.
Got a cravat.
What are you going to do with Pinata? Are you actually going to use it?
I don't know. Probably. I'm going to put your face on it.
By the way, do you have any idea how hard it was to get that Pinata to you?
Not that hard. You ordered it from Party City.
Yeah, and I couldn't just order it from any Party City. I had to find a Party City near you. Okay, do you have any idea how complicated that was?
It's not that hard.
It was no.
Lexington.
Here's why it was complicated, because I came up with the idea on Monday and I only had a couple of days left to make it for this Monday. I had very limited options, Sean. I went through a lot of hard work and effort to make sure that you had a great birthday with my gifts.
Jimmy wants me to brag about his gift. Did you see his gift?
No, show it to us.
Hold on 1 second.
You should just show us all
fix the dead air. Like say something while
all right. Well, while Sean's gone, I'm just going to talk. Well, you know what? Since Jimmy's on this show, hey, Jimmy. So I was thinking about getting a raise.
Okay, Denise. So not only did I win the award for World's Greatest Dirt Sheet Boy, but we also have for retail.
Oh, what's up?
The Fightful Championship, which I did not know was being sent to me. It's beautiful. It's got this silver plating. You got Listen Ya Boy over here. You've got that right there. And you know what? Cute. I will choke out Denise Salcedo this weekend in Chicago just to defend this. That's how it's going to be. That's Sean, how it's going to be.
I'm not planning on seeing you in Chicago. I'm just going to avoid you.
I'm going to avoid you. I'm going to mute you in person. That's what I'm going to do.
No.
There's let me tell you, there's a good mute button on your jaw, and whenever I hit it, let me tell you, you'll be muted. All right. We've got a bunch of super chats about my birthday.
Cool. I'll just sit here and chill while you put yourself over.
Hannah says, no brag about your gift from me and Corey. Yeah, they sent me a shirt with their picture on it because we sent Hannah a shirt with our picture on it. So they got me back.
Oh, that's
Kelsey,
cute.
Kelsey, hope we see Kelsey this weekend in Chicago. Says happy birthday, SRS. Hope it was amazing and filled with everything you wanted. Catch you sometime this week. You know what? I'll get into the review and save the birthday wishes until the end of the show. I am very thankful, but I know a lot of people are here for wrestling. We'll have our moderator separate the birthday ones from other general Fightful ones. But
Sean, you could have easily just done like a 1 hour of showing all your gifts you would have gotten, and people would be very happy with
I
that.
got a lot of really nice gifts. Somebody sent me a Bengals ticket. Justin Lopez sent me a Bengals ticket.
Wow.
Yeah, like people were very nice to me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciated all the kind words.
Yeah, and I bet you're not even going to taste all my Mexican candy.
No, I'm probably not. There was
I'm even more pissed off.
There was like a pickle flavored sucker in there.
Jesus, Sean. Is this going to turn into an Io Shirai Zoe Stark segment?
Yeah, it will. It will. There was some stuff. My gosh, I was surprised about. I like the little chiclets.
Try the pilones. Please try the pilones.
Listen.
Okay, you tried the gum, Sean. That's
hands off my pilones, okay? Listen, we talk about the pilones one time per show, Denise, and it's a little too early for that. Guys, get in your super chats. It would mean a whole lot. Denise, you told me that you had trouble getting into this Raw. I enjoyed it more than most Raws. I think I did. But it was very, very frustrating that they undid almost everything they did last week. It was very weird.
See, last week's Raw, I enjoyed. I was able to watch through it all. This week's Raw, and here's the thing, Sean, I think you enjoyed it because you're in a good mood. It's your birthday. You got birthday brain, birthday goggles. I don't. It's still cloudy, dark days in my life, okay? So I watched this in a realistic manner, okay? It's not all stars and rainbows. Anyways, I thought that today's Raw was very hard to get into. I kept zoning in and out. I kept fighting to pay attention. There was a lot of things fighting for my attention, but I mean, I made the best of it. I thought the first hour was pretty good, and we had an amazing three-way match, which we'll obviously talk about. But I thought the latter probably hour and a half, maybe hour and 40 minutes was probably very, very hard to actually really get into.
So let's go ahead and talk about this show. Our friend Emily C says, this is a super chat for Denise's wholesome pinata. Man, Emily C's gonna get cravatted this weekend. Everybody that I interact with is probably gonna get cravatted this weekend, and that's just the reality of the situation. Intangible One says Fightful title looked better than the UFC ones. Yeah, it does. I love it. I'm partial, but we have Intangible One also saying skipped Raw because it seemed very missable. Got to say, I popped big for Denise watching CFL to seeing how much they advertise AEW. I'm assuming that was your significant other.
That was definitely my fiance. He's a sports guy, and he was watching. I was nearby taking a nap, and then I woke up and I was just sitting in the couch. So it's like one of those things where I tune in and tune out, and just good timing.
Yeah, a reminder, guys. If you all send birthday wishes and they got like another segment mentioned in them, we'll cover them there. Don't worry. Our moderator will separate those accordingly. We have that covered.
What's Luis saying about the Mexican candies, huh?
I don't know, Denise. I'm trying to run a show right now. We're not having a full-on conversation.
Sorry, pardon me. Continue on.
Raw had more trash than a dumpster. SMH. Well, we kicked off the show with Damian Priest coming out, and he's like, I'm doing an open challenge. And I loved how this started, Denise, because Bobby Lashley came out, and MVP came out, and Riddle came out, and Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. Everybody wanted a piece of this U.S. title. They wanted it. That's good. They should be making this seem like it's important. They should make it seem like it matters. I was all for this. I loved it, and it set up a tag match later, but it wasn't all good, Denise, because last week they built, booked, and promoted a Sheamus versus Bobby Lashley match for tonight, and then tonight they just acted like it never happened. There was no mention of it at all.
No, there definitely was not, to the point where even I forgot. And I was like, oh yeah, I was talking about this last week, because I even I recall putting this out there. I recall putting out the information that these matches had been announced. And I remember being excited thinking, oh, okay, cool. Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus should be a nice little hard hitting match. So I was expecting that. But here's the thing though, I don't want to necessarily complain too much about that. And I get it. It is something to complain about because it was promoted. But just because everything turned out to be, I think, maybe even a lot better than what might have happened had they actually, I mean, obviously you can't necessarily say that, but I just thought that the way that things actually unfolded here today ended up being great, especially with that triple threat match. I mean, that match was really good. And I know we'll get into that in just a second, but even here's the thing that I want to get at though. If you're going to tell me what was the main positive points from Raw tonight, the main positive point that I had from this was the fact that they actually made the US championship mean something for forever. It's just kind of, to me, I know it's always, to me, it hasn't necessarily meant that much, at least as of recently. It really hasn't. And yeah, we've gotten some great matches, all of that, fine. But as a whole, I didn't really think that they gave it enough, I don't know, they didn't give it enough prestige. They didn't give the belt enough prestige. It's always just, obviously about the main championship, and that's perfectly fine. But you also want to make some of your other belts seem important. Like, I mean, I feel like at one point it was just like a little bit above that 24/7 championship belt. So the fact that they actually, have Damian Priest as this champion and they're booking him in a way that feels special. In this opening segment, I thought that Damian Priest came off phenomenal because, he's coming out here, he's opening up Monday Night Raw. He's got all these people who are interested in taking away his championship. I thought all of that was great. The promo work was great. The guys he's in the ring with is just, setting him up on a different spot on that roster. They really are leveling him up just by being surrounded by those people.
Yeah, I think that's important. And the fact that all those people want the title that he has. This is a case of Damian Priest specifically elevating a title. His booking is good. If they just wouldn't have done that one Miz pin, it'd be almost perfect. But we don't really remember that as much now. It wasn't good, and it's not like we're gonna forget it because we're bringing it up now. But he is so good. When he got called up to the main roster, I was like, yeah, he's one that's better suited for the main roster. And he is the type of guy that Vince McMahon takes a look at, he takes a listen to, and he goes, "Oh, god damn, pal." He is.
Sean, here's the thing, and I was going to mention this later on in the show, but I might as well mention it now because I was later on, like probably around like the 3rd hour mark of Raw, I was sitting there and I was thinking, why am I not as invested into the show? I think this was probably like around the time we were seeing like the Morrison stuff and all of this. And I thought to myself, the reason why I'm not invested is because they're not presenting me with people with characters that feel cool and exciting and that I want to get invested in. So with that being said, I started to think, who is somebody on this roster that I'm genuinely interested in and what they're doing and is genuinely coming across as likable, where I'm enjoying what they're doing. And one of those names that I came up with is Damian Priest. There are a couple of others, but Damian Priest has something right now that not a lot of the people on the roster have. And I do think that that's one of the major problems with Raw, is that you need these, these people, these characters to actually enthrall the viewers and get them interested in what they're seeing, make you care for that person and make you care for what they're going to do. And so that was one of the things that I kind of felt was probably the reason why I wasn't as interested.
We got throwback saying last time the U.S. title was important was Cena's run. I disagree with that. There was the period where Brock Lesnar was Universal Champion, and the U.S. title was the top title on the show. I mean, a lot of people forget, but for about a year, the people that held that title were Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and AJ Styles. Like, those were the guys that were holding that title. So it was very important for that year that that Brock Lesnar was the champion, but not on the show. Well, Orlando Orrego says, great 3-way match for the U.S. title. I was shocked that Damian pinned Drew. Good stuff. Boy, was it ever. So what was booked was a tag team match for later in the night. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville booked it, and they made a triple threat match for the United States title. And Denise, this match, oh boy, It humped so hard. 3 sirloin beef sons of bitches in there slugging it out. I thought this was good booking. I thought the spots were great. The selling was great. It was a very smart match. The right person won. Damian Priest pinned Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre showed him respect, and that means something on this show. Like, it didn't feel like a very forced, like, you did good, kid thing. It was Drew McIntyre being like, that was good. Let's do that again sometime. And Sheamus, I mean, during the pandemic, he had the best in-ring run of his career. This was fantastic. The booking was good. It made sense. The person that needed to go over did go over, and it was over a person. I thought Sheamus was taking that pinfall, but he didn't. I was shocked, and I loved it, Denise. I loved every single thing about this, from just the participants to the match itself to who won and the aftermath. This ruled.
So I'll be honest with you. This wasn't a match that I instantly loved from the very beginning. Hold on. But that's what makes it even better, because in the very start of this match, I kind of felt like there was too much of a lag where you would get all of these different moments with all the guys in this match. And I was liking what they were doing during those spurts of moments, but I thought it took a second for it to get to this next level. Hold on, Sean. I'm about to put it over here. Give me a second.
Well, what'd you name this thing?
I didn't name it anything.
Well, it's in a cravat, and it's in a tough one right now. So get to the point.
Oh, yeah. If you think I feel pity for a Pinata, I don't. That thing's meant to be broken. Yeah, you're supposed to break Pinata, Sean. That's like what you do. Okay, anyways, but then there was a certain point during this match where I really felt like things started to shift, and it started to build momentum, and it started to really, really grab my attention. Where here's the thing that I was saying that throughout tonight's show, a lot of stuff were not peaking, like we're not getting my attention whatsoever. This match, and granted it was at the top of the show and it was a really good match, it basically made me just completely turn around and just say, you know what? Even if I didn't want to pay attention, even if I wasn't trying to pay attention, everything that they were doing in this match grabbed your attention, whether you wanted to or you didn't. And that's the thing about what I think made it even extra better, was that it kept picking up steam throughout. And then each and every single guy kind of had their moment. And when and they did like a bunch of near falls, towards the end, which I really liked as well. And I knew that Damian Priest wasn't going to lose this match, but him getting that pin over Drew McIntyre felt very, very significant, to the point where you're like, I honestly think that this felt like the biggest match of Damian Priest's career. And that's even including that SummerSlam match where he actually won the title, because this match just overall, I think, was better than the Damian Priest Sheamus match at SummerSlam. Sure. And obviously you have the big moment in front of thousands and thousands of people at a big show like that. So a lot of people can argue that was a bigger moment, but in terms of symbolism and him pinning Drew McIntyre, former champion and somebody who literally was like the face during this period in the pandemic. And then even afterwards, when they had that, that face off or connection or whatever you want to call it, where they shook hands, I thought that was a kind of like a passing, I don't even want to say passing of the torch moment. Maybe it's a little too dramatic, but that's kind of how I felt. It was a good
endorsement. Yeah, it was a good endorsement.
It was. And then it was during that moment where I kind of felt like, okay, if I'm going to make any early predictions for who I think is going to move over to SmackDown, or who we're going to see any changes, I really do think that this was kind of like, I could see Drew McIntyre heading over to SmackDown now, because I almost feel like he's done everything he possibly can do right now on Raw. And I do think that he would be one of those guys to benefit from moving over to the SmackDown brand. And this kind of felt like all right, guy, like, all right, dude, like, this is your time now. You run Raw, you're taking over, or whatever the case may be.
We have a bunch of super chats about this. Simray G Punk says, outside the awesome 3-way tonight was the total mess of the show. Happy birthday, SRS. Cool Joe 35 wishes Dirt Sheet Boy a happy birthday and says the triple threat match was good, but they promise you 3 matches and give you none of them. Long-term storytelling doesn't exist on Raw. And that's a point that Orlando Arago echoed as well. He said, none of the advertised matches happened. 70% were new matchups. That's what was important to me. The new matchups. That was good. It was very, very weird, Denise, that none of the advertised matches actually happened.
Well, technically, Eva Marie versus Doudrop was advertised.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
I mean, it kind of happened.
It kind of happened, but the match didn't happen. It didn't take place. It was a beatdown beforehand, which we can go ahead and talk about in a moment. But Jet Baumgartner says Raw was better than usual. The triple threat ruled. Anthony Adams says possibility of Priest winning the Royal Rumble with how they're protecting him and how much momentum he has. Keep up the great work, guys. They usually start really thinking about that in like November. Nothing they do in August leads me to believe that anything in January specifically will happen. So I hope it happens. I think Damian Priest can do anything they want him to. I think he's a very special star. Connor says, besides the triple threat, this was a nothing show. Charlotte and Nia got into a fight on TV. Oh boy, we'll be spending some time on that. And Death Star says, the issue is all the secondary belts are treated like garbage, not the TNT title, which feels important. Well, this has to be the start of it, Denise. This has to be the start of them changing that perception. Because I was saying it last week, it's a 3-hour show. You should have at least one title shot or title match on every show. There should be at least one title match and one top contenders match on every single show that you do. No excuses.
Sean, it's a 3-hour show where they got to have more than one important story on the show. And that's what's been lacking too, is that they'll focus on one story and make it great. And then everything else is just there.
Yeah. Stellar Justin Lopez says Priest would be world champion by the time this next year, or by this time next year, if he's still booked strong and he's being super hopeful. I mean, I think he would be too. I think he's definitely a possibility of a future world champion. I could see him standing there holding that title above his head with Bad Bunny right by his side. It's a big moment. And I mean, that's what you want to do.
And I'm pretty sure Bad Bunny would be interested in coming back if his schedule allowed. Obviously, he's a busy guy. He's a busy bunny.
So we had Doudrop crush Eva Marie, and Eva Marie could not get started in the match. I thought Doudrop looked awesome in this short burst. The offense looked really good. She walloped Eva Marie. I could have stood for Eva Marie to sell a lot more, though, because she was already like back up and ready to go. I thought Doudrop looked great, but man, Doudrop was pretty good here. What did you think about this?
Well, I liked her Titantron. I thought she came out and she was being very fun, she was doing like a lot of jazz hands type of stuff. I don't know if that's part of her new persona or whatever, but it was something that I definitely picked up on. It seemed to be like she has more of a like spunky type of character, or at least that's what they're trying to do. And I mean, as for the actual, if you want to say match or attack or whatever, for what it was, I thought that the way that she landed on her chest was looked pretty hurtful for sure. Which kind of really ended up, selling the whole thing. So I guess for what it was fine. But I still haven't had a moment where I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I see where this is going. And this idea was so great. And look at what it got us to. I haven't had that moment.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, this is to what? Extend it next week to another match? Well, Doudrop should crush her again. James Boris says, am I weird for rooting against WWE for how they treat their workers, Vince cruelties, etc.? As for Raw, I watched 5 minutes and got bored. I mean, you can root for or against whatever company you want for whatever reason. If you want to root for or against AEW or WWE or NWA or whatever, have at it. I mean, it's your prerogative. We had Veer and Jinder lose to the Viking Raiders. I kind of dug this match. This was pretty short. What'd you think, Denise?
You started choking after you said you dug this match.
I mean, okay, so
you were like,
I had okay, so Luis is telling me to talk about Veer's Thez Press. I must have missed that one, but I don't know where I'd rank it on the Kelly scale. But this wasn't too bad to me because Viking Raiders should have won this. Jinder took the finish, which was a sight to behold, Denise, because he is a big boy. These are all sirloin beef sons of bitches, too. And they're throwing Jinder all the way up in the air and power slamming him because, quite frankly, Veer and Shanky ain't taking that spot, or you ain't trusting them to. This was harmless to me. This was a first-time match. The right team went over. I don't know nothing that they built up last week with Mustafa Ali And
we didn't even see them on today's show.
No. But I mean, you know what? If they want to delay that a week, that's okay. That's fine. They don't have to follow it up immediately. I'm okay with that. But what do you think about this?
All right. So I know I've been coming on here and I've been pretty, pretty not harsh, but I've been not so positive on Veer and Shanky, and I'm aware of that. But I do have to say that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, but I feel like this is the longest match where we've actually seen Veer wrestle in for like a good amount of time. And I'm pretty sure this was like the longest match he's had on Raw that I recall. And I will say this, I did not think he was horrible. I thought he was perfectly fine. He was passable. I feel like I've seen a lot worse. There was nothing that he did where I thought to myself, oh God, this is terrible. Nothing whatsoever. So I kind of feel bad that I was a little harsh with Veer. I take some of that back.
It was a lot of accentuate the positives, hide the negatives in this, as they should. Yes. They got to learn from Jinder, both of them. And you know what? Shanky against Drew, I thought was pretty solid. Veer in this match, I thought was solid. So you know what? We're talking about a couple good back-to-back performances, and that's what we're looking for.
But I was a little surprised, though, when I saw that Jinder was the one who got pinned. I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I would have expected it to be Veer.
It's because Veer couldn't take that finish.
Yeah, I know. But like still, like, I mean, I could have come up with a different finish or something. Yeah. I don't know. But the point is, I still was a little surprised by that. But I'll just be honest with you, though. I just didn't feel like the crowd cared for this whatsoever. And that's the problem. And that, I mean, what are you going to expect? Like, not a lot of people yet are into, Jinder, Veer, and Shanky. And I mean, I don't blame the people whatsoever, because up until this, I wouldn't even say I'm still invested. Like, I give kudos where kudos are deserved, but I wouldn't say I'm invested.
Big thank you to Chris Rains for sending a nice birthday super chat, as well as Casper215, a very generous super chat. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys an awful lot. And nice birthday wishes to Brandon Charles Powell. And man, so many of you guys. Punk Rock Show 84, who wished me a happy birthday in Spanish. Greatly appreciate you guys. You all are awesome. Hamp Connell says $5 says it's 50-50 booking and Eva wins a rematch. Oh, I can't imagine. It seems, I mean, I was always told from the time I was told of Eva Marie's creative plans, it is to get Doudrop over. That's what I was always told so I mean, this has been consistent along the way.
Yeah, I think they still need to do a lot more there.
Well, we didn't get John Morrison in the Miz. I don't know why. So John Morrison is like, LOL, I'm facing Omos instead. And Omos says, sucks for you. And this actually wasn't that great. I mean, it's a match we haven't seen a bunch, and Morrison took a gnarly fall at the end. It was kind of rough.
This was a nothing match. The thing I popped for the most was literally when Omos just like smacked the little dripstick out of his hand. I thought that was kind of funny. But here's the thing, though, is that we're clearly working towards this Morrison-Miz situation. How do you expect me to get invested in Morrison when I just saw him essentially lose in pretty much what was a squash against Omos? So I kind of felt like this, if we had any hopes if we were expecting to see anything different for John Morrison, I kind of feels like he's always just going to, it feels like they're always just going to have him be that like in the shadows of the Miz. Like, I don't feel like they're doing anything different to portray him otherwise.
Then that followed up with a match between Xavier Woods and AJ Styles. I just love watching those two guys wrestle. They're really good. This one seemed a lot more subdued than a lot of the matches that I've seen in the past. I mean, seeing them in the ring together really takes me back. I remember it was 2007, however long ago that's been, 14 years ago, when Xavier Woods filled in for Pac-Man Jones to team with Ron Killings, now R-Truth, to take on AJ Styles and Tomko. I think it was Bound for Glory. I mean, that's how far back I remember them wrestling, and I've got really great memories of that TNA era. Hardly ever going to complain about seeing them in the ring together, but it really does seem like poor Xavier just has no direction with Kofi Kingston out of action and at home right now.
No, I think a lot of what we saw today is like I think we saw a lot of people that don't necessarily have a direction. And that's one of the things where, like I mentioned at the top of this stream, like, hey, we got to have more than one story being told. I mean, you if you think of the stories that are the main stories that are being told right now, what you think about, what happened in the opening segment of Raw, and then that's pretty much it. Everything else has just, filler stuff or, intertwines from week to week, but nothing actually to say, hey, let me stick around to watch this. So I gotta say, I thought this match could have been a little bit better. It was what it was. I thought that AJ Styles getting the win was fine, but what does this mean? Where do we go from here? Does this mean anything? I don't know.
And, I'm okay with just one-off matches where somebody's picking up a win and all that. I'm okay with that. It's just, let's see a little bit of direction for AJ Styles, because we have seen that they have given him a bunch of wins without direction before, Denise, because I brought it up before. We thought they were like getting him ready for Triple H or something like that earlier this year.
I think it's to the point right now where I feel like I was really enjoying the team of Omos and AJ Styles, but I think a lot of that, them being gone for such a long period of time, I forget how long they were gone for. I think that really took away a lot of their momentum that they that they had. And then I don't really think they ever really got it back completely when they came back. And then after that, I was just kind of like, all right, I mean, it's cool to see Omos, getting more like singles matches and more in-ring time and all of that. Great. But we all know that AJ Styles could do a lot more, could serve a bigger purpose. And yeah, we've seen him in some good matches here and there, but nothing to necessarily scream main event status. And I think that's what we want from AJ Styles, is that main event status type of stuff.
Razor 2910 says, I had that Bound for Glory 07 on DVD. That was a great show. And we have somebody saying, are they skipping like half the show? No, we cover in whatever order we want, whatever's convenient for us. Bound for Glory was just like in that like late 2000s. Holy crap, just a lot of fun. Thank you to 813 Car Guy for the birthday wishes. And he says, source, Fightful Select, as is tradition. Thank you to all the great birthday wishes. Matt Black says, happy birthday, SRS. I wonder what Denise got you. Well, you all saw. And says, hope, and Chris Townsend says, hope Hollywood Salcedo got you some good birthday presents from her QVC appearances.
You guys can rewind and watch the gifts.
Yes. Omar, thank you so much. Ernie Vasquez says, how's it feel to be pushing 40? According to Jimmy, anyway, that's how it works. We've got Vandalia 98 saying thank you.
Are you those people that get depressed for their birthdays, or are you like okay with like that number going up?
I'm okay with it. I don't give a damn.
Oh no, see, I'm totally different. Like I'll be like depressed about it like the whole day.
Great birthday wishes from I Love Me Some Sova and Connor Delaney. And Connor became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. Matt Rykeel, thank you for the birthday wishes. He says, see you in Chicago. And thank you to Ricardo as well. Trying to knock out some of those because we got a lot of them. And I don't want to know
you're popular. Go right ahead. I'll just wait here.
Throwback asks if you ever had peanut butter and fluff.
What is fluff?
It's like the marshmallow fluff.
Oh no, I don't know. I like marshmallows by themselves. I don't like marshmallows with anything.
He sent me the ingredients for it from up there. Riven Blade says, have a coffee on me. Thanks for all you do. Hey, I'm just reporting news, guys, not saving anybody's lives. But you know what? If you want to steal your mother's credit card and subscribe to FightfulSelect.com.
Sean,
what?
I thought you did book reports on wrestling.
Do you see that dork?
I couldn't stop laughing.
That dork always posts that stuff. He's like,
there aren't wrestling journalists. There are wrestling book report writers.
And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, that's the lamest insult. Like, come on, man. Like, you're going to have to do better than that. Oh, geez, man. Some of them. Well, we've got Manuel Cifuentes saying, Sapo Verde SRS. Hashtag people still watch Raw. Well, we do. And Air Force Sister 74 says that triple threat was 3 fire emojis. Happy that Damian has not become a statistic of call-ups that have not worked out. Great win for him. It really, really was. It filled me with such optimism, Denise, that Damian Priest won that match. Like, I think that set the tone for me early on. And I was like, man, They got at least one thing right tonight, and that's more than they do on a lot of weeks.
Yeah, I was scared. I'll be honest with you. That following Raw after SummerSlam, I was like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Please don't do nothing bad. But they didn't. So I was like, all right, I could breathe. But I will tell you this. I think every week I'm a little bit on edge.
We've got Brett J. Rasmussen saying, happy birthday, SRS. The Triple Threat was awesome. Going to Chicago for All Out. Hope to see you there. I'm ready for the final countdown. Denise will be there as well. She'll be doing a little bit of work, but we'll be around all over the place. So make sure you come say hi to us. Carrying Cross, rather, against Humberto. KE775 says, what's up with Cross? Where's Scarlett? Is Vince trying to make a joke out of him? If Vince was making a joke out of him, Denise, he'd be losing. And right now he's winning. So I don't think he's trying to make a joke out of him. I just don't think that Vince is in touch with anything right now. Cross wins. He beats a person that he hasn't beaten before in Humberto. I was completely fine with this. I would rather them use people like Humberto and Ricochet to make people like Cross look good than not use them at all. But I really think Humberto should be in a team with his cousin, Angel Garza. But what'd you think of this?
Here's the thing, though, and I have to be honest. If you're going to do these matches, if Karrion Kross is going to have these wins over these guys, they better be impressive wins. Winning is not just winning is okay, fine, you win, right? Kudos, yay, good for you. But none of the wins have came across as impressive to me. And until those wins start to come across as impressive and the matches are impressive, this wonky whatever character is not going to get over with the people, because you can come out here and look like that, but if you're going out there and you're impressing people in the ring, damn, I'll ignore what you're coming out looking like and what you're wearing in the ring. If you're impressive, I will be impressed myself. And I just don't see that right now. I feel like the wins are just wins, but they're not, the in-ring work and how the wins are happening are not impressive.
Norm says, Karrion Kross's gear looks like a late-night German Blue Chew ad. How long till Keith Lee is cutting you people ads in Seth Rollins-like suits? Cheers, pal. Gosh, we haven't seen him in the last couple of weeks. I hope everything's okay, because when you have the type of issues that he has said that he has, you always wonder about that. So hoping that he's okay. Billy B. Bad, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I greatly appreciate it. CM says, I miss Garza. What happened to him? He should be can't miss. Yeah, he should be can't miss. But then when they have him on TV, he's punting roses up people's asses. And then neither one of the two are on TV. You want to know where Angel Garza is? He's on Main Event, wrestling Humberto and Lince Dorado and Gulak and Ricochet and Jackson Riker and Shelton. That's where he's been every single week. The only time he has wrestled on Raw since the Gulak stuff, Denise, which was, get this, 3.5 months ago, if you believe that, the only time he's been on Raw to wrestle was in a battle royal. That's it.
Wasn't he in love with Shayna at one point? Or no, wait, with Nia?
Yeah.
Didn't they do a skit like that at some point?
Angel Garza has not wrestled on Raw in front of fans. I don't think ever. Well, maybe, okay, I take that back. When he first started, when he faced Ray and Cedric, he did a few. He did like a month up there.
I really hope that whenever his contract is up or whatever that deal is, I would say go, buddy. Go somewhere else, because it's just clear that certain guys are not seen as stars in their eyes.
Cliffbeard says he wants Brian to use Flight of the Valkyries, which is his WWE theme, instead of Final Countdown. Do you even know what Final Countdown is, Denise?
Final Countdown.
Yeah, you do. Do you have a preference?
No, I don't.
Flight of the Valkyries would be much more cost effective, but I don't know if Tony Khan's worried about that. Bezo Banks says it was crickets.
It was cricket. I was watching, this time I was watching the people to see, okay, maybe because of the music and the lights, I'm not seeing the people's reactions. This was literally everybody in the crowd. They were just there. They were like if you were there watching a movie, but you weren't reacting to the movie.
CM says, I miss Garza. What happened to him? He should be can't miss. Yeah, I mean, I think we read that one.
So much charisma, so much charm. I will tell you, Sean, have you ever interviewed Angel Garza or been up close to him? I will tell you, he will charm you, Sean. I'll tell you that right now. He will charm the hell out of you.
I'm sure he will. We've got Casper saying, hope this helps with your free crack giveaway. Hey, man, I'm trying, man. Doing my best. Well, we had Rhea Ripley against Shayna Baszler. So I like the Rhea Nikki act. I like them being together. It makes a lot of sense. But this quickly, even though this was a match that didn't involve Nia, became about Nia.
Yeah. So here's what I thought was weird, and maybe I missed something, but Rhea comes out and she introduces Nikki Ash, and I thought it was going to be a tag team match. I thought we were going to see
No.
I thought we were going to see a tag team match. So I was kind of completely thrown off, and I was like, "Oh, it's not a tag team match." All right. I thought the setup was a little bit weird, and maybe I wasn't paying like full percent attention. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. But I did think that was a little bit weird. However, this isn't a match that we necessarily have seen over and over. We haven't seen. I don't know if we've ever seen this match on Raw, but I know we haven't seen it this year. I know that much. And I mean, it was fine for what it was. I like both of those girls, but there wasn't anything that you can't take it serious. You got to give a little bit more to both of these girls. Like, you got to give them more credibility. I think they're getting that way with Rhea Ripley, but right now with Shayna, everybody's just like, we want the old Shayna. We want the old Shayna. We're not getting that old Shayna right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then the post match is what it was. It became about Nia. Nerd Guru says, oh, how far Rhea and Nikki have fallen in a useless tag team now going in reverse. I wouldn't say they're in a useless tag team. At any given time, they can decide to make these titles mean something, and they would be important to that.
I'm pro for them being a tag team. I mean, based on like the couple of occurrences that we've seen, I've liked it for what it was, and I think that they could have fun with it if they wanted to.
John Kelly says, where's Riker? He's on Main Event. Well, Denise, then we got the segment that everybody's talking about, some knuckle sandwiches. But Denise, knuckle sandwiches are not good for your health, and they're not good for your digestion. So people should be eating magicspoon.com. Get those 13 to 14 grams of protein. Have a good meal and not feel guilty about it. You can use it. You can eat Magic Spoon cereal as a snack. You can eat it like before workouts, after workouts, in the morning to kickstart your day. My favorite thing about Magic Spoon is I'm not running back and forth to the cupboard because I feel fulfilled. It's gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. I love Magic Spoon cereal, and it has all the flavors that you love. You can get a variety pack and try it today. All kinds of flavors, and use the code FIGHTFUL at checkout. Save $5 off your order. They have a 100% happiness guarantee, so if you don't like it for any reason, you can send it back and get your money back. There's no risk. And Magic Spoon cereal, like I mentioned, it goes farther because it fills you up in one bowl, or it does me at least. You're going back and forth a lot less. You're using a lot less of it, and you're feeling a lot better. There are so many of those cereals that just spike your sugar, and like 30, 40 minutes later, you're hungry again. Not with Magic Spoon. That's what I love so much about it. Magicspoon.com, and use that code FIGHTFUL. Check it out. Well, I think Charlotte would probably prefer some Magic Spoon to some of the meals handed out today. We got a 3-piece combo with a side of mashed nose potatoes, Denise. Oh boy. This went awry. Ken Shiro sends a super chat and says, the GCW War Games match is going to be smoother than whatever the hell Charlotte and Nia did, right? Maybe they shouldn't have any more matches. Yeah, I think so. Alicia Ellis says, someone on Twitter said Nia and Charlotte made Eva Lise look professional. Oof. Wouldn't go that far, but this was nasty. This was gross, Denise. Nia launched Charlotte up in the air, did not look safe whatsoever. Charlotte landed almost on her neck, and then Charlotte stands up, slaps Nia in the face, and Nia's like, you're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy, pal. And Charlotte's like, I think I am. Are you? And then Nia goes, yeah, actually, I am. And cracked Charlotte 3-4 good times. Whew. That was naughty, Denise.
Look, I don't blame Charlotte whatsoever for getting pissed off about that. Like, I ended up going back and finding that clip and seeing it like multiple times over. And unfortunately, Nia is somebody who has a track record now of necessarily being unsafe, and everybody knows this. And Charlotte Flair is not your bottom of the barrel girl on the roster. She is Charlotte Flair, and I think that commands a little bit of respect. And if I'm Charlotte, if I'll just be real. Like if I was Charlotte Flair and I was in the situation, I would lay down the law. And that's just me being, a little bit savage. But I just feel when you're on that position and somebody else is necessarily not being careful, I would be pissed off. Like you're going in the ring, you're trusting the other person and they're trusting in you to make sure that you're safe in there. And then you're not. I'm sorry, but
you're putting your lives in other people's hands.
There you go.
Right
exactly.
Here.
And then, we've seen so many, unfortunate accidents where things are legitimately accidents. Like this, this isn't easy, right? We all know that, but it's like, I'm sorry, but I have to agree with I cannot blame Charlotte for her reaction in this. And I think that Nia needs to do something to work on being a little bit more safe in the ring.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Anakin says, how is it Keith Lee went back to the PC and not Nia? This happens often, very, very often. And it happens so much. Alicia Ellis says, is Nia getting a title shot? I'd be shocked if she does now. I would be shocked if Charlotte wants to continue working with her. Kyle asked what happened between Nia and Flair. I'm trying to find out the details. Nia did win this match. The power bomb looked like it rattled Charlotte's head off the ground. I mean, that's going to happen with power bombs. That just happens. Zeke says, did I see a bit of a shoot from Nia and Flair? Thank you guys for my after Raw recovery. If it wasn't, it sure as hell looked like it. I mean, it was nasty. They were
definitely laying it in. I think I don't know if you want to say full on shoot, but they were definitely laying it in.
Cliff Beard says everyone wanted Horseman versus Horseman. What we got was Nia was trying to break all of them like a human wrecking ball. I think she's had spots with almost all of them now. I think almost all of them because there was the elbow drop to Bayley. There was the Becky thing. There have been the Sasha things, and then the Charlotte thing. My gosh. Brandon says, all the months of protecting Nia, see what happens when we let it play out. And Bezos...
I don't know where they're working towards here because I don't understand why they had to have, Charlotte lose this match, especially, as champion and all of that. Just doesn't seem like something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't want to pile on anybody personally. I've never interacted with Nia personally. It's just,
she's really nice. I'm talking like outside, she's really nice person.
From an in-ring perspective, it's like this happens a lot. Now, I know a lot of people work stiff, but that's not the WWE style. Like, it's not dumping people in their head and doing stuff like that isn't normal. Bezos says, this ain't the first time Nia dropped Charlotte on her head. She did it twice in one match back in 2017. And Charlotte basically said, all right, bitch, you want to do this? Yikes. August 3 says, I wish I could unsee that Charlotte Nia Jax match. Don't need booty shaking or poor match quality there, ending with Nia's face becoming a tomato. I mean, I couldn't take my eyes off this match. Denise, for better or for worse, I couldn't stop watching it.
When there's a car wreck or something, people are like, well, they say it like, you're looking at it's like you can't take your eyes off of the violence or whatever.
Ryan Spy says we need more shoot fights on TV. That was probably more entertaining than anything else that's happened on Raw in years. I disagree. That triple threat was a humber. Zach Barber says, I'm with Alex. Nia must have something on Vince. That's the only thing that explains her getting pushed despite it being objectively terrible at wrestling. I mean, Denise, it does very much seem like...
I thought you were going to ask me, what do you think it is?
No, it seems like they could find somebody to fill that role fairly easy. Camille is rolling around in the NWA right now. I don't think it'd take... If AEW could buy out Thunder Rosa, I'm pretty sure WWE could buy out Camille.
There's definitely options for women to fill that spot. And... I'm sure that there's multiple options. Honestly, like I'm just trying to think right now, and I don't want to mention any names, but I just think that there's a lot of people that could, fill in that role and maybe do something a little bit different with it, obviously.
Nerd Guru says that Charlotte Nia thing was an awful mess. Nia dropped Charlotte on her head, and it was bad. It's been years, and we still wonder why she's on TV. No excuse. CM says, watching that back suplex by Nia made me cringe. Could have easily dropped Charlotte on her head or neck. Does Nia get in trouble for stuff like this? It's happened so many times. I've not heard of any specific amount of trouble, but Luis is saying Raquel is right there in NXT.
I was thinking Raquel inside my head. She was one of those names where I was she would be somebody that I would definitely consider.
They got to have a conversation. And if they haven't had a conversation, it's I mean, and people saying Mercedes could have filled that role. Mercedes could have done a lot of the same things. Very, very much. Nerd Guru says Raquel's everything Nia is not. I mean, oh man, guys, if you're watching this, please leave a thumbs up on this video. It would mean an awful lot to us. It helps people find us on YouTube. But also, if you want to help us out, head over to Apple, to iTunes, and leave us a nice review over there. Most of our viewers are here on YouTube, so we don't get as many reviews over on Apple. So go ahead and leave one over there, even if you don't listen on that platform, and it helps people find us. Intangible One says, does Nia think she's in Brawl for All? Let me tell you, this is no joke. The punches that she threw were significantly better than most of the punches I saw thrown in Brawl for All. And I'm not joking. I'm not using hyperbole. There were not a lot of good strikers in Brawl for All. So when I saw her throw those punches, Denise, like, I mean, I taught kickboxing, and I was like, dang, she can throw some punches. They're pretty good. Like, there was not wasted energy there. She threw them like
quick too.
They were. No, I mean, she wasn't like throwing her hips into it or anything, but it was very much like, all right, I'm going to get these 3 punches off. Bam, bam, bam. I was like, that was pretty impressive. I didn't know. I mean, we know she can hurt people when she hits them, but damn, those were good. Chris Rain says Mick Foley even tweeted WTF.
Did he really?
The Nia Charlotte match. I didn't see that. Oh man. But we had the main event, Hurt Business RK Bro. I thought this was a fun match too. MVP is useful for these spots. He's eating a pin for Bobby Lashley, but he's also fine in the ring too. And of course, Riddle can go. Of course, Orton can go. And the crowd waiting for that hot tag from Randy Orton is just so, so good. And Bobby Lashley is on top of his game. I never thought he'd be able to top his TNA run, but holy cow. Holy cow. He has been just amazing. Bezos says, I like the first hour in the 3-way and then RK Bro. Don't know what else to say about it. WWE false advertising a match? Really? Never heard of it. But William Rab says, could Orton versus Lashley be the direction for Extreme Rules? They seem to be teasing it with the limited interactions they have tonight. What do you think about that, Denise? They're very clearly also still angling for Goldberg and Lashley because they did a video where he said Goldberg had to have knee surgery.
Well, here's the thing. So you mentioned Goldberg. They did that whole digital exclusive video that he's coming after him. He's coming after his soul and he's going to snatch it out of his chest. Okay. And then you still have that tease between Damian Priest and Bobby Lashley. Like they still haven't necessarily, let that out they still are teasing that. And then with Randy Orton hitting the RKO afterwards on Bobby Lashley here tonight, you have that too. And my brain obviously Bobby Lashley is not the kind of guy who is not going to try to get his revenge whatsoever. You talk about, this very angry Bobby Lashley that we've been seeing the last couple of weeks on Raw, throwing furniture and, kicking out the ladies and, really focusing in on this. I highly doubt he's going to let Randy Orton get away with that RKO on him. So I do think that he's definitely going to go after some of that revenge, and we're probably going to see a match or a story being told here. And I'm totally cool with that. I think that Randy Orton would be somebody that would be great for Bobby Lashley.
RK Bro win and retain the titles as well. I love this. It's another title match on the show, just like it should be. Mike Preventer says, still talking Raw. New Ruby Soho just dropped. I know, I just got sent it. Rob Wilkins says, happy birthday, my friend. Cena Punk Fightful review. That's right, over on Fightful Select. Rob Wilkins and Joel Pearl have done a review of the Cena Punk match from 11 years ago. But my God, if you all want more Fightful content, check out The Distraction this week on Thursday. It is being touted to me as the biggest episode of The Distraction in history. Now, granted, Jeremy says that about every single show that he does, but I believe this one. So tune in Thursday, The Distraction. Check it out. We've got a bunch of super chats. JW Pringle says, fantasy booking, Bobby Lashley now against Miro now. I want to see it. Who would you all put over?
I would go with Miro.
I would go with Miro. He's white hot right now. He is everything that we thought he could be. We have more Charlotte Nia comments. Havri Duncan says Nia gave Charlotte a 3-piece combo with no biscuits. Man. And T5 to Great says Max the Impaler on Ring of Honor. Pure monster. Max the Impaler has a great look. Have not seen a lot of their work, but a fantastic look. When I spoke with Amy Rose, Amy really put over Max the Impaler. Brandon Charles Powell says, I want to be a fly on the wall backstage after this Nia match. I'm trying to talk to some of those flies. I've been hitting them up all night.
Come on, Sean. You got to earn your award here.
I'm trying. Hey, and guys, I know we're at the end of the month. But my God, we are like 24 subscriptions away from 4,000. And
Shut up.
we lose a bunch of them. Yeah, we lose a bunch of Fightful Select subscriptions on the first day of every month because of cancellations and all that stuff. But if you want to give me a birthday gift and it's not world peace, subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. I'm just saying, if you don't have a credit card, steal your mom's. That's all I'm saying. Steal your mom's or your neighbors, whatever.
Very nice suggestion, Sean. I can't believe you're almost at 4,000.
I know. Wow. It's unreal. We'd be the first wrestling product to hit 4,000 on the platform, which would be amazing. Nerd Guru says, should the Queens area of New York City be prepared for an earth-shattering Adam Cole baby? Because I'll be there and I need that. We had an update on that today. Fightful Select reported that he is not under WWE contract anymore, and he didn't re-sign. The deal has lapsed. He is a free agent, and we're going to keep you updated on that. Norm Summers, so many of you guys sent me nice birthday wishes. Norm Summers sent a huge super chat. Big thank you, Norm. You're always supporting us so much. Happy birthday to the juiciest sirloin beef sons of bitches in wrestling. Guessing Vince knew it was your birthday, made an effort for tonight's Raw. Also, hola, Denise.
Hola.
There you go. Ian says, wishing you a happy birthday, SRS, as it hits midnight and transitions into my birthday. Well, it is now. So happy birthday to Ian. Big thank you to Ian.
Happy birthday, Ian.
Ian, I am so sorry we missed your super chat last week. We did read it, I think, a couple days later. Thank you so much. And I'm very sorry that we missed that. That will not happen again. David Glenn. All these people are saying happy birthday, so I'll read the additional part as well. He says, I hope I see you guys in Chicago this weekend. And then he says, Tall Paul. Are you going to chant it with me, Denise?
No.
For my birthday, all I want is you to be nice to me, Denise. That's it.
Hello, I gave you 4 presents. That's not nice. What else do you want, Sean?
Just you to be nice to me. Justin Lopez says, stay blessed. Thank you so much.
I literally gave you an award for being the world's greatest dirt sheet boy, and I'm not nice.
And you're going to interrupt me now? My gosh.
And I fed you candy that you don't even want to eat? You're like, nah, I don't want.
iChurch Pastor Blaster says, we appreciate all that you do, bro. Just Know Yes says, happy birthday. You were amazing. In No Roll Barred Board Game Club and the Wrestle Talk podcast. Have Luke send you a thank you note for Blue Chew yet? No, he hasn't. But hey, I'm just saying we got the job done. I did No Rolls Barred last week, Board Game Club, and that was some of the most fun I have ever had on camera. I just cerebrally abused that entire cast, Denise.
That sounds terrible. Cerebrally abused?
Dominated them. I didn't win the game, but let me tell you.
Sean, you're going to be that person that people just stop inviting to the parties.
It was good. It was very satisfying. Please check that out. No Rolls Barred, guys. It was a lot of fun. Nerd Guru says, thank you for all that you all do for us wrestling dorks. Here's another year around the sun. Hey, hopefully a lot more. You know what I mean? My God, hopefully I don't die anytime soon.
Sean, why would you say that? Oh my God, knock on wood.
D-Lo says dropping a super chat. He says dropping a super chat like a Tyrus dive from NWA 73. Did you see that, Denise?
No, I did not see that.
He was on the second rope and he dropped from the second rope to about 1 foot beyond and then did like this sad little roll. And you just know that
it was bad.
Oh, it was miserable. He should not be on TV. He is the worst television wrestler in the world right now. And you just know that when he did it, he thought he looked like Andrade leaping 3/4 away across the ring and doing the 3/4 roll. Oh, it was so bad.
Oh, I'll go look for the clip.
What's this? What does this mean?
It says, Denise, give SRS some chingazos. So that's what you always do. You want me to kick your ass?
Really? The one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, Cliff Beard says, has Denise noticed she's the only one to get muted? Gee, I wonder why. Saw the No Rolls Barred best spy detective in that game.
That's because I'm the least liked person on Fightful.
That isn't true. We all love you,
true.
Denise.
No, Sean, you hate my guts, and I know it.
Brandon says
that's why I get muted.
The gifts of Salcedo, drink it in, man. And Micah Newbie thanks our moderators. Yes, big thank you to all of our moderators. Tyler Center says, here are $5 crispy dollars I worked hard for. Take it and spend it on a maximum sweat figure. Love a friendly Mexican. Well, it'd be the first friendly Mexican that I've encountered tonight. So there you go.
What?
There you go.
See, hold on. Now you're saying I'm not a friendly Mexican?
Vandalia says, my birthday.
4 gifts.
Vandalia's birthday is in December 28th if you want to send him some Mexican candy. Throwback says happy birthday. And slancha to an amazing man. I don't know what that means.
I have to see it spelled because I don't understand what
Probably
you're saying.
is what it is. But I mean, DJ T-Mac and we got Emma. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I want to get to them all. Anakin says, Denise, where in Chicago are you going to go get pizza? Are you going to be the tourist that gets
Oh, hell yeah.
dish?
I'm always a tourist. I love being a tourist. I mean, I don't care. I don't get shamed by people.
Deep dish is overrated. It's overrated.
Well, I don't think I've had deep dish. See, I'm
D-nice.
Oh,
D-nice.
no.
D-nice.
Only because it's your birthday, I'll let you do that. I don't want to be rude to someone on their birthday.
Casey asked what I thought of the Paul Woodley fight. We did a watch along. We do those Fightful fight nights now for these big fights, whether they're like circus fights or boxing fights or MMA fights. We do these big watch alongs for it. We're trying to gear those towards like casual fans, wrestling fans. So we hung out there last night. It was an okay fight. Whatever. Sean Holver says Ruby released another video a few minutes ago. I know I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it very, very soon. Reese Powers says, getting ready for tomorrow night's announcement of NXT New Blood Rising. Thank you to Trey Simmons. Drew Lytle says, thank you, Amazing Kong, Awesome Kong, for being a revolution for women's wrestling. If anybody can, look up her early Shimmer work. Did you get to see Empower?
No.
Oh, it was such a special moment. Her in the ring, saving Gail Kim from Taryn Terrell, one of their former rivals. And then she retired in the ring with Gail
I saw
Kim.
the photos. I saw the photos and read about it, but I haven't been able to see the video.
Chaos Control saw that Tyrus dive and says it was so sad. It really was, but it was also.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm sure somebody will tag me in it. Why are you making that face?
Because it was so bad. J.K. Schwal says happy birthday to a fellow 8:30 guy.
You think he knows that it was bad?
He better.
Kind of feel bad now.
J.K. Schwal says happy birthday to a fellow 8:30 guy excited to rep the Fightful mask at All Out this weekend. Oh yeah, I got one too. We sell face masks, guys. They're freaking beautiful too. But happy birthday to you. And just tons of birthday wishes. Your boy Squint says, what match are you most looking forward to this weekend? Denise, for me, it is the CM Punk match.
I feel like I'm going to sound basic as hell, but it's definitely a CM Punk Darby match. 100%.
Alicia Ellis says, if AEW could get Mickie James, OMG, I think they should be trying to get her.
They definitely should. They could benefit from her so much.
I think they should bring in her and Ruby, and then they got those veteran presences there. Sova says, but now, don't we now have 4 free agents, new free agents as of midnight, Buddy, Ruby, Braun, and Lana? Yes, and yes, you do. They are free agents as of 20 minutes ago, so they are free to do as they wish. Podcast Wiz says, may your year bring you more voiceover work and lots of cuddles from Oliver. I am actually planning on scaling back my voiceover work, believe it or not. Anakin tagged you in the GIF, I assume, of Tyrus.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Cliff Beard says he makes Kali look like a workhorse. Legitimately, Kali is a better worker now than Tyrus.
I love the great Kali. Don't you dare say a bad word about the great Kali. I will fight anybody. I am a great Kali stan. Thank you very much.
Guys, leave us a thumbs up. So many of you have hung around for these birthday wishes, and it means so much to me. Pedro says, the art of opening of Mazapan in one piece is not for everyone. There you go. But still, happy birthday, SRS. Yeah, that was I assume that's what
try again. You just have to open it with care.
It was difficult, but it was
because then you have to. Because if it gets crumbly, you struggle to eat it. You have to do like this. But Sean, try the pelones.
Denise, have some manners.
Jesus, Sean, are you liking the mazapan?
That's all right.
Sean, it's my favorite Mexican.
I don't
candy.
eat a lot of sugar.
More than all right.
I don't eat much sugar, so I feel like this is probably what people who do cocaine for the first time feel like. because I feel like as soon as I taste it, I'm like wired. I'm like, ah.
All right. Well, when you try the pelon, make
Mhm.
sure you let me know what you thought about it. Okay. It's like one of the top like Mexican candies in the world. Like
Okay.
people love pelon, like the pelons.
Lisa says, sending so much love on your birthday. Hope you had an amazing day. And of course, you can't forget the amazing love for Denise as well. Of course. And Art May says, thank you for all the entertainment and great news reporting you bring. Hi, Denise, as well. Bam says, got my all-out ticket to watch at the movies. Third time doing this, even though sometimes they give you a free poster as well. Thank you to Denise for letting people know this is a great deal. I love the idea of going to watch wrestling at a movie theater, Denise.
I never have been. I've never been. I've never had the opportunity, but it's something that I would love to do, but I just haven't had the chance.
We like watching Stadium Stampede on the screens with a bunch of wrestling fans. That was very fun.
You're right about that.
That was really cool. I mean, that was kind of like it, and that's what made me think, okay, this would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but obviously in a movie theater, it's like more intimate, so you get like that close like experience.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
JD Starlord says, happy birthday, SRS. Hope the Amazon thing went well, Denise. Good luck to both of you this week at All Out.
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood Dong Lords. That's us, Denise. We're the Hollywood Dong Lords.
Is that our tag team name?
Yeah. The Hollywood Dong Lords.
Great. Lovely.
I love it.
The D finally stands for something else, and it's not Denise.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Preventure 2 says, truth being scared to climb that. Oh, we didn't even cover this because it wasn't listed in my rundown, Louise.
Way to go, Sean. You're already failing.
But there was a 24/7 segment, and it was really good. Mike Preventure 2 said, truth being scared to climb up ladders because he has arachnophobia up there, and spiders might be there, is my favorite thing ever. Oh man, that was so good.
So I tweeted a tweet of R-Truth with like the wig, and I put, I'm gonna tell my kids this is Ric Flair. He loved it. He wooed me. It was great. It's up on Twitter. You can see it. I love this. This is funny.
I did too. It was
Tabawa as the puppy.
I've been enjoying this stuff so much more. Like now that Reggie is the champion, this is just easy, fun stuff.
I felt bad for Tozawa having to crawl like that because he looked like it was like kind of a pain to do. That did not look like it was fun to do for him.
Well, guys, this week on Tuesday, myself and TK Trinidad will make our all-out predictions here on youtube.com/Fightful. Check it out. We're going to have a bunch of interviews this week as well. Listing your boy on Wednesday, AEW review Wednesday night. Friday night, Kate Hensler and Robert D. Felice have you covered for SmackDown and Rampage. And Sunday night, Alex Pawlowski returns to the pay-per-view stream with Kate Hensler. It's going to be a good time. Denise and I will be at AEW All Out. I will be bringing my tripod this time.
Yes, please do, Sean.
I won't have to bum off of Denise. But Denise, what do you have going on this week? It feels like you're doing something new every day.
Yeah, I gotta have like a million things going on. Pretty much covering everything. I will be at GCW on Friday. I'll be doing that. And then, oh my gosh, I'm like blanking on what else I have going on. But then I have, I just have like so much. Like seriously, just go to like my Twitter @ Denise Salcedo. Go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Denise Salcedo, because I will be posting tons of stuff. Sean, you have to be in my vlog, BTW.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna do a vlog. People want a vlog,
Sure.
and my vlog at SummerSlam was very boring footage, so I didn't post it. So now I feel like I have to make up for that. So you need to be in my vlog, okay? If I forget to ask you, please remind me.
I was in Xenia's from Double or Nothing. She just posted that, so check that out, guys. Cliff Beard says, I mentioned TSN earlier. Sean, did you ever get a chance to watch any Michael Landsberg interviews with wrestlers back in the OTR days? Yes. I rather enjoyed them. I think that's one of the things that motivated me to interview people. That and Sean Oliver and Ariel Helwani. So, yeah, I definitely did. But, guys, thank you all so much. Please leave us a thumbs up on this video. Truly, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. It means an awful lot. I am so glad that I got to spend it with you guys. Until next time, we're out.